Loneliness is the prison. You build yourself. There is a colossal mistake many men make, a mistake that drags them down into the abyss without them even noticing. They think loneliness is a shield, that being alone is a sign of strength, independence, superiority. It's a brutal lie. Loneliness is a trap, an invisible cell you build yourself. No one is born to be alone, even if the world dresses that idea up with fancy words and hollow speeches. It's a lie. When you shut yourself into your own world, refuse to build real connections, you're not being strong. You're weakening yourself. You start losing grip on what's real, what matters. Your mind invents monsters and doubts that never existed. Without stimuli, and without the harshness of living alongside others, your mind creates its own hell. And worse, you begin to believe that hell is your fortress. We live in an age that glorifies the image of the lone warrior, the man who depends on no one. But it's all an empty show. Real strength is in knowing how to connect, how to expose yourself, how to carry weight with others. Loneliness is not a shield, it's a sickness. You get weaker, more blind, more vulnerable. When you're alone, your mind has too much space for rumination, that internal dialogue that only serves to tear you down. Fear grows, doubts multiply, and self-criticism becomes a silent torture. Loneliness forces you to face all of this alone, without help or outside reflection, and this lost battle you will not win alone. This is not about weakness, it's about reality. There are moments when silence and introspection do good, but being alone is something else. It's letting yourself sink into the void. And no one wins a fight alone. Those who try are doomed to lose. Humans are creatures built for confrontation, for interaction, for the clash of ideas and emotions with others. Without that, you become a shadow of yourself. Living alongside others is the iron that tempers steel. It's in clashing with different people, confronting foreign ideas, that your mind sharpens. It's in daily battles that you learn the true value of life, respect, patience and struggle. Isolation kills thought, it ends transformation. You might fool yourself for a while, but reality hits your door like a knockout punch. When you surround yourself with people who think differently, who live different realities, you're forced out of your comfort bubble. You learn to listen, to speak, to negotiate, to endure. That builds character, forges the soul. Isolated, you lose it all. You become a prisoner of your own mind, trapped in ideas and fears you feed yourself. It's not about the number of people, it's about quality. You don't need to be surrounded by crowds. You need to be with those who challenge you, who push you forward, who won't let you fall into the trap of thinking you're always right. Loneliness deceives and imprisons you because it's laziness to deal with the real world, with conflict, with contradiction. It's running inward where illusions reign. The idea that loneliness brings self-knowledge is a cheap excuse for the weak. Real self-knowledge comes from confronting others, from exchange, from conflict. Being alone only distances you from who you really are because you lose the mirror of the other. It's in the gaze of another that you recognize yourself, that you know where you're wrong, where you're right, where you can go further. Also, prolonged loneliness leaves deep marks on body and mind. Social isolation is proven to be one of the greatest risk factors for depression, anxiety, and even physical illness. The body reacts to isolation as it does to pain and danger, releasing substances that corrode the immune system and destroy the will to live. It's nature fighting the torture of loneliness. No matter how much the world teaches you to shut down, to fend for yourself, that you are the master of your fate with no one to get in your way, the raw truth is that none of that exists. No man, no matter how powerful he seems, grows without support, without external challenges, without collective learning. The isolated one hides, the connected one grows. Life is a battlefield, not a field of isolation. You need allies, people, who share your fight, who understand your dreams, who pull you up when you're falling and confront you when you're wrong. That's being a real man, not the savage selfishness of someone who thinks he's strong because he's alone. If you truly want to grow, if you want to transform your mind and body, you need to expose yourself to the world, feel the weight of coexistence, the heat of discussion, the pressure of confrontation. That's what forges character, what creates true hardness. Isolation is weakness disguised, the rest of mediocrity. If you let yourself be fooled by the idea that being alone means being strong, you're digging your own grave. Loneliness isn't freedom, it's prison. Not strength, but cowardice. And the world doesn't wait for cowards. It demands presence, participation, that you show up, expose yourself, and risk contact with others. In the silence of loneliness, you lose yourself. In the noise of coexistence, you find yourself. Don't fear confrontation, exchange, true connection. That's where life, learning, and the strength you seek are.